I think today we should talk a little more about true art and com art and how they differ. And we talked about how true art with Van Gogh as the true artist with the subject and so on, and the aficionado. So let's talk today a little about the com art. Okay. Just to refresh your memory here, artist, subject, aficionado, okay, true art, okay, so artist, subject, aficionado makes true art. We also talked now what happens to com art. We have artist, we have critic, we have collector. Is that all in there? Artist, collector, critic, com art, commodity art. Okay, I explained how this came about. Through Van Gogh, through his subject, through the aficionado, makes true art. And that's what moves this triangle forward up in after the artist passes away. This is what carries the true art forward. Now, where did com art come in? How did that get started? This seems like the logical way for art to work, for the aficionado to understand what the subject is, aficionado to understand the artist, and the artist has a stake in that. He wants somebody to appreciate what he does and understand why he's doing it. So it seems like a perfectly good way for art to be. Well, we have what happened here is, and it happened probably around the 60s, a place like New York City, where artists and critics and people of that ilk hung around together, kind of got elitist about things. They decided, the artists and the critics hanging out together decided, you know, this way up here, it's not going to be easy to make money this way. It works if people like the artist, the critic, and the aficionado work and makes true art, like Van Gogh's paintings were selling and Picasso's paintings were selling. So we need to make money at this. So they said, the artist said, you know, it's too risky because maybe the people won't like what the subject I choose or what I'm painting. And then I'm not going to make any money. And the critic's down here, he says, yeah, you're right, you know. Maybe we can't make any money that way. So the artists and the critics get together and they say, well, let's just bypass this whole thing and let's start a new thing. Let's let the artist and the critic decide what art is, and they'll convince the collector to buy it, and then they'll have their circle, and then they can make money and everybody will be happy. So in other words, the artist says, okay, for a subject I'll take, I'll just take a canvas and paint it black. How's that? The critic said, hey, that's solid, do that. You paint that canvas black, I'll tell the collector that that's real art. We'll convince him that that's real art. He will buy it. And then you can produce more of that. Whatever you decide is art, you just go ahead and do it. I'll back you up. Collector will throw in the money and then we go. We don't need this aficionado. We don't need any of this subject stuff. We'll just bypass everything and start making money. And that's what happened. And this is the kind of stuff that gets in the museums. And the poor aficionado, he's left out in the cold. So he The aficionado looks at this and he says, I guess that's art, because the critic and the collector and the artist all say it is. That must be art, so that's what art is. They don't have a chance to see this stuff. They only see this stuff. You see? That's where art is in this country. It's all over the world now. Calm art is taken over by these three factors. They run the show.